Stay here, don't move.
I am the last and highest court of...
Mr. Holmes, you're still alive.
I can tell that that displeases you.
Oh, a faulty deduction for once.
Due to the attempt made on my life, I would like you to apprehend Jack Cole.
All right, Mr. Holmes, we'll apprehend him immediately.
Inspector, the suspect has been apprehended.
There you are, he's all yours. No need to thank me.
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. So, Jack the Hammer Cole, we meet again.
Why am I here?
Don't pretend that you don't know. You're a suspect in the case of an attempt made on my life.
Rubbish. Just like the old days, eh? Arresting me on suspicion. You've got nothing.
Oh no? How about the revenge for the trouble that I brought to your gang? And also your brother.
Don't you dare mention my brother.
Your brother was hurt. It was a regrettable accident. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I can hardly be blamed for that.
What? You bastard. You're the one responsible for him becoming a cripple. He was innocent. An accident, you say? Oh, I can't wait for the moment that you get whacked proper.
Quod erat demonstrandum.
That's your proof. If I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead already.
Do you know what happened at Baker Street that night?
I do know, but I had nothing to do with it.
And where were you at the time?
I was at my tavern all night long.
I see. I went to your place and I saw a man with a hair lip arriving to meet with you. What business do you have with him?
Business? He's a regular customer, that's all.
And what about the suitcase that your regular customer brought to you?
What? What are you talking about?
Why, the suitcase full of stolen silverware that I found in your secret room?
What? How? You searched my room. It's not stolen. I often buy a lot of different things and sell them on after. It's all legal.
Oh. Oh, I believe you.
What's the reason? At your service, Mr. Holmes. What's the reason?
Personalized thuggery. How novel. Expensive cigarettes.
I am the last and highest court of appeal in detection.
Here it is. Lestrade, I have a suspect in our case. It's Percy Fleming. Can you apprehend him?
I'll give the order to the constables.
Inspector, we have the second suspect for you.
Now, just admit that Scotland Yard is looking after you well, eh?
Well, I'd be of little use to you dead. Well, that's rather tasteless. A spintria used in the brothels of ancient Rome. It looks like encrypted records. Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. A good day to you, Percy the Dart Fleming.
Huh. It's the flopper.
Flopper. You're aware of what happened at Baker Street the other night. I'd say I'm a little luckier than that.
Well, I don't give a fig.
What were you doing 2 nights ago around 1 a.m.?
I was at the White Swan.
The White Swan? The brothel that you own? That can't be counted as an alibi.
What do I need an alibi for?
Does the name Jeremiah ring any bells with you?
It's the first time I've heard it.
How about this threatening letter that bears your name?
Oh, I remember now. A threat? Come on. Just a reminder for him to pay his debts. It's just a small one, and it's a matter of principle.
How do you know him?
Ah, he's always coming around, begging for odd jobs. But he just talks rubbish. He's off his head.
What's this note?
I don't know.
It was among your belongings.
So what?
Do you have any business with Jack the Hammer Cole?
I have. He sometimes provides my business with goals. But he's stupid. A hot-headed clown. Yeah, I'd be worried about him if I were you.
Yes?
He told me what you did to his brother, and... well, let's just say he hates you.
Mr. Holmes?
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me about the business that you have with Percy Fleming.
What? I don't have any business with him.
No? Oh. Oh, you supply girls to his institution. He's confessed.
Well, he's a liar. Oi, why did you tell them I supply girls to your brothel?
Eh? What are you talking about? Is this gonna take long? Is this gonna take long?
The text is encrypted. If it's Caesar's shift code, it might be easily deciphered. Elementary. It's a notebook filled with debts. And Jeremiah's name is on the list.
Get into the cab, quickly!
Follow that cab! I should find a way to get inside.
something moved. That was nothing. Stop! Intruder! You're dead, scum!
There was a fight here. Orson attempted to resist, but someone or something convinced him otherwise.
Something moved. I heard something. That was nothing.
My cousin's out fighting bobbies and stealing antiques, and what do I? Guard duty.
Something moved. Huh? I heard something. Huh? Something moved. That was nothing. Something moved. Something moved. There you are.
Hey! But what?
No!
We need to get out of here. Lestrade, I'm glad you're here.
What's happened, Mr. Holmes?
We've come from the abandoned St. Patrick's Abbey. I uncovered a gang of armed bandits there who did their best to kill me.
Again? I'll send our best team to arrest them.
Well, I doubt that you'll find anyone left, but if you hurry up, you might just find the spoils left over from their burglaries.
I see.
And I'd be very grateful if you could keep an eye on Mr. Wilde here.
But Holmes!
Wilde, please try to remember.
Yeah, the slightest detail, etc. Well, apart from the smell of those bandits who kidnapped me, nothing special. And this Jeremiah was spending his time complaining about working for the fart.
I think you mean the dart.
Yeah, whatever. Jeremiah said that they should all wait till the fart was released. It makes no sense, right?
Better not go there. Better not go there.
Is this going to take long?
What's the reason for my arrest? This is an outrage.
How can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes, I'm grateful to you for the opportunity to experience all of these superb sights and smells of criminal life. But I think I've had enough now.
What was the reason for Jeremiah Thorne's death?
Are you joking? Put your deductive skills to work. Self-defense, my dear Watson.
That's quite enough, Wilde. I know that you were guilty of the attempt made on my life and of the murder of Jeremiah Thorne.
Holmes, you're my best friend. Why are you doing this?
Oh, stop all this. The case is solved.
You came to my house for the sole purpose of taking my life. In addition, you hired Jeremiah to do your dirty work. And when you realized his failure, you murdered him to conceal any traces of the crime.
There's no chance of you avoiding the gallows.
Gallows? Absolutely not. That would mess up my hair.
Percy Fleming, you are charged with conspiracy to murder.
What?
Only this crime wasn't your initiative. It was Jeremiah Thorne's.
But still,
He reminded you of the old grudge and he persuaded you to kill me in exchange for the debt you held with him. And you agreed.
He forced
Given
me.
these facts, you can walk free.
That's right. He was the mastermind. He was the one in charge.
Just leave.
Mr. Holmes, I'm grateful to you for the opportunity to experience all of these superb sights and smells of criminal life. But I think I've had enough now.
What was the reason for Jeremiah Thorne's death?
Are you joking? Put your deductive skills to work. Self-defense, my dear Watson. Holmes, my dear friend, have you finished with your tyranny against me? Can we go home now?
No. Wilde, I know that you're obsessed with this idea of being me. Most regrettably, it ended with your goal of taking my life, which I find rather excessive. You hired Jeremiah to do the most awkward part, my murder, and after that, you made sure to dispose of him.
What? Are you a lunatic? That Jeremiah was a nobody. I'm the only one here who is able to save you.
Yes, and apparently, you are mentally unstable. Therefore, you cannot be held responsible for this.
Me? Unstable? Oh, I'm as fit as a flea. A really big flea.
You will receive treatment at an ideal institution, then. Bedlam.
Oh, no! You're just jealous. Jealous of me!
Mr. Cole, I find you guilty of the attempt made on my life.
What? I didn't have anything to do with it.
It's fortunate that you failed to kill me.
What?
Life was difficult for your brother and his family after he became a crippled man. You vowed to avenge him.
That's just your sick imagination.
I couldn't have prevented it from happening, but I understand your anger. I have decided to release you.
But, really?
I hope our paths never cross again.
Same here.
Mr. Cole.
What?
It's all clear to me. You wish to avenge your brother who was left crippled by a stray bullet.
That's just your sick imagination.
Jack Cole, you are a men...
Yeah.
Constable!
Percy Fleming, you are charged with conspiracy to murder.
What?
You used Jeremiah Thorne in your little game because you didn't want your hands dirtied.
You're lying.
Jeremiah spoke to me before he died of how you ordered him to throw the bomb and, after its failure, to abduct me.
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up. I think that it's perfectly clear. Attacking Mr. Sherlock Holmes is one of the quickest ways to be hanged.
Nah, you can't do that. I'm an innocent man.
Constable, take him back to the cells.
Percy Fleming, you are charged with conspiracy to murder.
What?
You used Jeremiah Thorne in your little game because you didn't want your hands dirtied.
You're lying.
Jeremiah spoke to me before he died of how you ordered him to throw the bomb and, after its failure, to abduct me.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up. I think that it's perfectly clear. Attacking Mr. Sherlock Holmes is one of the quickest ways to be hanged.
No, you can't do that. I'm an innocent man.
Constable, take him back to the cells.
Holmes, you simply have to face up to it. You need to have a serious discussion with Kate about her origins.
I can't.
No more excuses. She will learn soon enough that Alice is leaving. This other hidden secret. She will not forgive you.
She does not need to know why.
No? So she will blame you for Alice's departure. Is that what you want?
No, I certainly... It's as Kate said, I always do the wrong thing where she's concerned.
Now look here. I'll take care of your case once we're back at Baker Street.
Cabby, why have we stopped?
The road to the square is blocked, sir.
Why?
There's been a bad road accident.
Oh, splendid.
We'd better hurry. There may be injured who need help. His pupils are constricted, but they are moving. He is still alive. He has stopped breathing. There's no heartbeat. I must act quickly to save him. Thank goodness. This man will live. Holmes, don't just stand there. Do something.
I would have died if not for you.
There are no wounds or injuries. There are no wounds. I'd better call for Watson.
I see no visible injuries. Perhaps I could use ammonia.
Oh, my head. Over here! Help!
Help! Help!
Thanks for your help.
Oh, shoulder. I'm a doctor. Will you allow me to look at your shoulder?
Ouch!
Thank you for your help.
My name is Dr. Watson. Let me examine you.
It hurts!
There's some extreme bruising. No bones appear to be broken. I think that an improvised bandage will do for now. One moment, and I'll fetch what I need. Now, let me apply the bandage. I need something else besides rope.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor. Here! Over here!
Not seen a traffic accident like this one.
Oh, what a terrible accident!
Holmes, it appears the police have arrested someone. Perhaps it is the person responsible for this disaster.
Let me go. You're talking nonsense.
Insulting a police constable, eh? That's quite enough.
What's happening here, Constable?
Mr. Holmes, this gentleman here is the fellow who built the scaffolding which collapsed and caused this accident.
That ain't true.
How were you hurt?
This hammer hit me on the leg.
How?
It flew out from the scaffolding I put up. When the damn thing collapsed, the hammer flew out and cost me
You
leg.
were standing over there at the time.
Oh, aye. Yeah, that's right.
So it would not have been possible for him to bring the scaffolding down, Constable.
Perhaps it was poorly constructed.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. And what made it fall? Perhaps it was you, waving around that rotten stick of yours.
You'll wind up getting a taste of it if you carry on like this.
One moment, Constable. The scaffolding here has been entirely dislodged. It is unlikely that this disaster could have been the fault of this gentleman. Allow me to inspect the area, and if you could possibly be of use, close off the surrounding section. Do not grant anyone access, nor allow them to leave. Is that quite clear?
Absolutely, Mr. Holmes.
This accident is a little unusual. I need to concentrate on the details. I must include all the participants in the accident sequence.
My poor leg.
Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
Please. Not now. I'm in shock.
This technical cab was involved in this tragic accident.
This is an absolute disaster.
The old gas lamps in this square have been upgraded to electricity. The old gas lamps in this square have been upgraded to electricity. I won't be able to release it with my bare hands. That's it. This technical cab was involved in an old sprung cart, which has seen better days. Good day to you, sir. Would you mind answering some questions? I'm investigating this accident. Are you the driver of this cart?
Yeah. I was transporting vegetables from my farm to the London market.
What can you tell me about the accident?
I don't know. There was a collision, I felt the ground, I come over all dizzy.
What did you collide with?
That contraption up in front of me. He stopped all of a sudden and I tried to avoid him, but I wasn't quick enough.
Do you have any idea what might have caused this cab to stop so sharply?
No, no idea.
The pumpkins fell here after the sprung cart collided. Those wardrobes fell like dominoes. Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
It all happened so quickly. There was an explosion and my horse startled and threw me back against those wardrobes.
This jaunting car would be capable of travelling at great speed. The driver is dead. He was killed by the explosion. This cab was set on fire by the explosion at the lamp shop. This horse was blinded by the flag, causing it to bolt into the window. The overturned lamps may well have caused the fire and explosion. Celebratory bunting. A dead driver, another victim of the explosion. A common fatal, an uncommon location. This cab hit the scaffold and caused it to fall. This mechanism played a part in the accident, I'm sure of it.
This carriage was struck by the scaffold when it fell. The rope holding the bunting was torn apart. A large section of it is now missing. I believe I've enough information about this accident. Now let's recreate the sequence of events. All the participants in the accident sequence. All the participants in the accident sequence.
all the participants in the accident sequence. All the participants in the accident sequence. All the participants in the accident sequence. This carriage was struck by the scaffold when it fell. This technical cab was involved in this tragic accident. Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
It all happened so quickly. There was an explosion and my horse startled and threw me back against those wardrobes.
This cab was set on fire by the explosion at the lamp shop. A common fatum, an uncommon location. This cab hit the scaffold and caused it to fall. All the participants in the accident sequence. Include all the participants in the accident sequence. That's it. The technical cab's sudden halt caused this disaster, but the lamppost fell down afterwards. So why did the cab stop? There's a metal strapping. A tattoo. I suspect it's from a gang. This man was killed by electricity, as shown by the distinct mark on his hand. This man was armed with a revolver. Webley, I suspect. There's a metal strapping. This cab was painted recently. There is some text underneath the paint here. Could be important. I'll need to find a way to remove this fresh paint. A piece of fabric drenched in solvent. Some kind of solvent. Rasco. Yes, I know him. He's a small-time local criminal. Underground Electric Railways Company of London. This crank has been turned. A pneumatic hammer. Mud. Oof, smells bad. There is some electrical wiring here beneath the manhole. I've not seen such a device before. The electrical charge which affected the technical cab came from here. An open bottle of cheap wine. A single glass containing traces of alcohol.
Mr. Holmes?
Might I... I can see the technical cab very well from here.
Holmes, I was looking for you. I have an idea about the accident.
Never mind. This one is murder.
What?
What?
You? You're the murderer,
You're
eh?
off your head.
Are you sure, Holmes?
Oh yes. A murder and an accident, because the killer, by electrocuting the cab, created this chaos. And so this multiple crash is now our great chance.
Our great chance? Of what, Holmes?
The culprit could not have planned for this to happen, don't you see? And it is possible that he is still here due to the prompt arrival of the police. Now I see 5 men who could be our murderer. Let us take a look at the map. My poor leg.
wasn't like that. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. No, it wasn't like that. No, it wasn't like that. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. No, it wasn't like that. No, it wasn't like that. No, it wasn't like that. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. That's it. Constable.
As long as I don't leave empty.
I know that look, Holmes.
That's right. In order to trap the cab, the killer must have known the precise route it would take. Or even, that could suggest the cab must have set out not far from here, in this very street, perhaps.
Remarkable. Holmes, I'm terribly sorry, but I must go to the hospital now to help tend to the wounded.
I understand, Watson.
But don't forget our earlier discussion.
Hmm?
About Kate.